Hi everyone, welcome back. Patricia here. I'm excited for today's video because it's the first in sort of a new series I want to start on my channel, just a running topic, money. I find this a really interesting topic and I do have a story to share. I've been watching a lot of really cool money and debt channels and I thought, I have 2 cents to add to this topic, so here goes nothing. This video's topic will be all about my debt-free journey and sort of my past and where I am today, which will give us sort of like a springboard going forward. So my husband and I have spent the majority of our marriage, which we've been married for 10 years, dating for 2, the majority of that marriage we were debt-free. Now I came into our relationship a spender. I had about $2,000 in credit card debt from college years, mostly shopping. I had store cards that I would use at American Eagle was one of my favorite stores. I had a Target habit, which I still do. I had a lot of reward point cards, so they weren't like debit or credit cards, but they were reward points, which are just different ways to entice you to go back into that store. We quickly decided to merge our bank accounts, so we've always shared one bank account, which really is a good way for us in our marriage to budget our money. We were really lucky early on in our marriage, and my husband had an opportunity to get Financial Peace University for free, and this was probably around in 2008 or so. So we sat there at our computer, we each had a notebook, and we were listening to Dave Ramsey, the first time I'd ever heard of him, way back in the day. And I was really encouraged and inspired, and so was he. So we immediately paid off that $2,000. After paying off that credit card, we have not carried any credit card debt since then. Since those early years in our marriage, we were very careful about our budget. I used to get a composition notebook every year, and literally every single transaction I would write down on my composition book. For a while when I was working full-time, Brian took over, so one of us has always had our head directly in our finances. We knew exactly what we were spending and where it was going. However, we didn't always have a predetermined budget at the beginning of the month, which is something we've been doing now for the past few years. If we had done it back then, I think we'd be in much better shape. Even though we were so careful with our money, it always felt like we didn't have enough. Even today, after all these years, I think for living the way we do, being frugal, being thrifty, being very careful, and budgeting, why is my savings still, I don't want to say it's so low, but it's lower than it should be for the way we're living? And with the book recommendation from Brittany over at Pennies into Pearls, I realized that I do have some spending habits that need to be addressed. And so that is coming up later this week or in an upcoming video. Just because you're not in debt doesn't mean you're actually saving. So a whole separate topic. I kind of had to think, why is my savings not as big as it should be? And it's because I haven't always been very good about sticking to my budget. I haven't been very good about paying myself first. So I do have excess money that kind of just gets absorbed here and there and wherever. So as I present these budgeting videos to you, it's also a way for me to be accountable to my numbers and really get that savings where I think it should be. Now, I am not exclusively a Dave Ramsey kind of person. I was inspired by him in those early years, and only recently have I kind of heard about him again through all my YouTube videos. But I listen to advice from a lot of people, and this video is to tell you that I'm not completely debt-free, and I'm a little bit okay with that, and so I want to share with you why. So like I said, we spent the majority of our marriage debt-free. Then we had children, and you do not need to get in debt for your children, but we are in a position where we needed to upgrade our car, and we could have paid cash for our car, and maybe should have, depending on who you listened to, but we felt comfortable keeping our 3 to 6 month savings as it was, our emergency account. Keeping that, we put a good chunk down on a car and also borrowed some money. Now, we borrowed with a very low interest rate. It's 0.75, so less than 1% interest rate, which means over the life of the loan, I may be paying a couple $100s, which is basically like one more car payment. Still, it is debt. I still owe people money, but like I said, everything on my channel is not cut and dry. There's always gray area, and I kind of live in that gray. So I am okay with that because I feel like that is a really good rate for me, and I personally feel the comfort of having my nest egg there. Maybe my opinions on this will change in the future. My advice, and I'm not giving any advice right now, I have no advice, just experience, so you can kind of draw from it and see how you're living. So am I debt free? No, not technically. I know, is that surprising to you? I really don't have a lot of stress from that because of the rate and because of the way I like my nest egg to feel. So I am new to the game, but I'm eager to share with you all my money stuff. If you found any of this interesting, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe because I am going to make this a regular topic on my video. And if you have any questions about money or like specific things you want to talk about, let me know in the comments below. I have some ideas that I do want to share with you soon, but it would be good to know what you want to hear. In my next video, I want to share with you how I create my monthly budget. So if you're curious about a little more specifics, that will be my next budgeting video. I'm going to share with you my October budget. These are estimations. I'm still kind of figuring things out, but I'd love to share that with you next. So stay tuned and I'll see you then. Bye.